So what I'll do with this one is I'm going to run you through a heap of slides, and I'm going to talk to each slide, and then that'll start your brain thinking. And as we go through the success framework review, you'll hear the questions, and we'll think through the questions. Then we'll loop back to each individual one and do the pause and break and elicitation work, so you can start working through stuff. Do you have easy access to LinkedIn and your resume, or at least have it in the back of your mind?
Yeah, I do. I'll just log in quickly.
Yeah, because it'll make a big difference, because I'm sure even if you can see the titles of the stuff you've done, and also if you have the notes that you've got from past sessions handy, there'll be reference points throughout all of that stuff that you've been thinking through that will play a role in this session. So as always, the whole point is I'm here to help business entrepreneurs and driven individuals to help find out who they are, what they're here to do, and how they're going to get there. And we're actually making pretty good progress. And hopefully the outcome that people start to get is either the ability to transition from where they are to where they want to be, or find joy in the role that they've already got, and actually that new level of renewed fulfillment, or discover something that's a deeper passion and goal that you want to go after. And as you know, that's come through the activities, the reflection, and the action. All of it is just interesting to do without taking some sort of action. But if you do all three of those, that's how you'll become CEO of your career. What we've done so far is focus on the analysis section. So top right-hand side, which is focused on the why. So values, purpose, vision, which we're going to do today, and legacy in the next session. And once we've completed the why, we can transition down to strategy, which is the what. So what is the brand? What is your career business model? What are you doing to understand your competition and value prop? And so what hopefully you've got, and this is just how I've structured it, and you see how I use this stuff through my website, through LinkedIn, through my resume, through all that sort of stuff. You'll see these words bubble out, but hopefully what you're starting to build is some sort of purpose statement, a suite of values that are easy to reference. And so if you go to my website or you hear me talking to someone, there'll always be a statement around to connect with people so that together we can learn, be better, and succeed, or to connect with people to teach and learn. Or if I'm interacting with someone and they demonstrate courage or honesty or candor, I'll thank them for their candor, because that's like core to me. And it's not only is it just core because it's how I live, but I also know the word that is ascribed to that value. So it's easy to see it in others as well. And then hopefully out of today, we should be able to bring together purpose and values, and in that see some sort of vision. And so by the time we get to the end of this session, we'll see how I share my vision side of things fits into this equation. And so that'll be the outcome of today, is we zero in on vision. As we've already sort of touched on, this is the analysis section, and we're going to deep dive into the vision stuff. And so I guess there's four key things we're gonna look at. We're gonna look at how do you want to be perceived? What do you create for others? Identify how you help people to achieve what you offer, and develop your vision statement. And so at the end of it, we should be able to structure a semi-formed sentence that allows you to say, actually, yeah, that's, if I'm doing my purpose and I'm living my values, I should be getting to this vision. And so the activities that we're going to go through, not yet, but when we come back to this, what you'll do is it'll be asking the question, how do I want to be perceived by others? And it'll be going through that process of asking the question of yourself, and I'll do the work to ask and elicit and start collecting those thoughts, those thought bubbles of how you want to be perceived. That will then jump into, well, what's the value you create for others, or what is the thing you create for them? Is it a feeling? Is it an outcome? Is it something that you do in how you interact, that something is created from those actions that you take with human beings? And then if you're creating something, well, how do you help people achieve what it is you offer? So you walk into a room and you talk with a bunch of people, and you can see the thing that they want, and you know how to create it. And what is it that you do to work one-on-one with people, or into groups, or whether it's developers or whatever it is? What is it that you do to help them achieve what it is you bring to the table? And then from there, what we'll do is we'll use the following template to start writing out that vision statement. And so it'll be something like, my vision is to work daily with someone, something, some type of group or type of people, to help them do something to get somewhere. And it could be individuals, businesses, group, government that want something. And so I'll take us to this when we get to it, and I'll also show you in a moment an example of how that might play out. And now, like we saw with the last session, the template doesn't need to be perfect. We'll change the template if we need it, but it's all just about how do you structure that information and see that vision come to life. And so where we land in the end is we will have values plus purpose. In that, you should see your vision, completing that sort of equation there. And you should end up with something that looks like this. So, using my story to connect with people so that together we can learn, be better, and succeed. Through authenticity, being pragmatic, courage, honesty, including my family in my thinking, fortitude, being principled, and active and continuous learning. Those are critical to me. And so if I'm helping people learn, succeed, being honest with them, then my vision becomes to work daily with individuals to help grow their personal and business capability. People that have the entrepreneurial spirit, that love the hustle and creating value for other humans. So my vision is to work daily with those people. And so, again, there's this theme of story is, here's what I'm here to do. Here's what's important to me. And here's how that manifests daily in the world. And if I'm not getting it, well, then when we get to the planning phase, we can say, well, if this is your vision and you're not working daily with people to help them grow, well, what are the actions, activities, goals, and steps you need to take to make that vision be a daily reality as opposed to an aspiration? And so this is basically the process we're about to go through. Is we'll go back to the first set of questions, we'll start working through them, and hopefully get to the bare bones wireframe of a vision statement. And that will definitely keep us on track for becoming CEO of your career. And so I guess that in a nutshell is today's session, what we're going to go through. And then at the end, I'm going to take you into a couple other things, and we'll see what you think of them. I'm excited to share them with you, a couple of ideas, sort of separate today's session. So does that sound pretty good? Any initial questions or thoughts, or you're just happy to get into it and we'll see where we land?
Yeah, let's keep going.
Awesome. All right. Are you excited about this one?
Yeah, definitely. I love thinking about vision. And I noticed that at the different workplaces I've been to where they've had to discuss vision, sometimes groups have a hard time getting there.
Yeah.
They get caught up trying to distinguish a vision from a mission.
Mm-hmm.
And it's often that you see people writing visions that are really missions, and vice versa, writing their mission to be what their vision statement should be. So Yeah, I always relish doing this kind of work, and to do it for myself, it's a privilege. I'm
Yeah,
always
mate.
doing it on behalf of other teams or organizations.
Yeah, it's massive, and that's such a, you know, all this all this personal development stuff. So much of it, like especially when we get into the planning and strategy stuff, like the business model canvas. It's an amazing tool for an entity to use to figure out who they are and what they're here to do and how they're getting there. But it's like businesses are made of people, and why not apply it to yourself? And so it's there really is truly it's truly possible to get so much benefit out of even business tools that have been used for teams or organizations, but applying them to yourself. So, and this whole framework is a combination of personal development and business stuff. So, yeah, I'm excited to see how you go through it. It's good. It's good to do it for you, mate. All right.